Hey, what is going on guys? My name is Nort, and in today's video we are going to take a look at a highly requested topic from you guys, and this is actually taking an in-depth look into the unreleased Bikers DLC vehicles. So for those of you guys who aren't quite aware about what vehicles these are, when Rockstar Games released the Bikers DLC into GTA Online, they actually privated about 8 new vehicles. Now these vehicles are not yet available in GTA Online. The majority of them are motorcycles, and as I'm sure some of you guys may have seen, some of these motorcycles do actually look pretty cool, and the one I am riding right now is actually one of the motorcycles which is going to be released in the next few days and weeks in GTA Online. But what I'm going to just tell you guys right now in today's episode is that it's an extremely wise decision to start saving your money, and I highly recommend all of you guys start laying off buying anything in GTA Online, because you're definitely gonna need the money when these bikes do come out. So what we're gonna do in today's video is actually do a speed test and just discuss about which motorcycle is going to be the best one in the game, and it will also give you guys a helpful insight into which vehicle is the best essentially, and which one you guys are gonna want to get. And before I get into all of that guys, if you could be kind enough to drop a like on the video below, it would be greatly appreciated. The support you guys have been giving these episodes lately is just insane, and I'm going to set the like goal at 2,000 likes, so if we do manage to smash that goal of 2,000 likes in today's episode, then that will just be crazy. Okay, so to start things off, the motorcycle I am riding right now, this is actually one of the most anticipated motorcycles which is yet to be released in GTA Online in the next few weeks and days, but the price tag of this motorcycle when it does come out isn't as attractive at $2.3 million. So what I decided to do is actually compare these motorcycles with the one we currently have in the game, the Hakuchou Drag, which is just under $1 million. You can see it on the left hand side. This is actually currently the fastest motorcycle in GTA 5 right now, compared to the Shotaru, which is the unreleased yet anticipated $2.3 million motorcycle on the right hand side. And as you guys can see, the motorcycle on the right hand side actually loses out to the Hakuchou Drag. Now this isn't actually down to performance or anything like that. The Shotaru has crazy performance. The handling, the acceleration, pretty much bottles any single motorcycle in the game. But what the Hakuchou Drag has, which the Shotaru doesn't, is a higher top speed. So if you were doing a drag race or anything like that, the most expensive bike, the Shotaru, which is yet to come out, would lose. But of course, overall on a racetrack, the Shotaru would win. But something interesting, and this is just for fun, is that I decided to actually compare this to the fastest land vehicle, or at least what was the fastest land vehicle, and this is the 811. And believe it or not, the 811 actually loses to these two motorcycles. So the fastest motorcycle in GTA 5 right now is the Hakuchou Drag. But like I said, this does not mean the Drag is the best motorcycle in the game. It will most likely, or at least have a lower chance of beating the Shotaru on a racetrack which has lots of corners, because the Shotaru has a much better acceleration. The handling is crazy, as you guys can see me just weave through the streets right now, and the Hakuchou Drag doesn't have those features. So when this bike does come out, when the Shotaru does come out, it's certainly gonna make you guys struggle in any sort of motorcycle race. And you're going to need to buy this vehicle, or if you don't want to get this vehicle because it's going to be $2.3 million, which is totally understandable, then you're going to need to buy either the Hakuchou Drag or the Vortex. This is because this is a small race I do between the Hakuchou Drag and the Vortex. The Vortex is yet again another unreleased vehicle. This one is actually at a more modest price, between $300,000 to $400,000 when it does come out. The price list was actually leaked, so we do know the exact prices for these vehicles. But as you can see, the Drag on the left hand side and the Vortex actually holds a pretty interesting match. The Drag just beats it, but if you are a really good racer, or if you know the racetrack really well, I reckon you can easily beat any sort of motorcycle on the Vortex. So when this bike does come out, and if you guys don't want to spend $1 million on the Hakuchou Drag, if you don't want to spend $2.3 million on the Shotaru, then the Vortex is the motorcycle for you, and I can tell this is going to be an extremely popular motorcycle. Once again, coming in at $300,000 to $400,000, $200,000, I can tell loads of you guys are certainly going to want to buy it. But something I just want to quickly throw out there, guys, is that you're going to need to buy one of these 3 bikes, because what is currently the most popular and common racetrack bike, one of the best ones around the track, is the Batty, and it still probably is going to be a really good bike. But once the Vortex and the Shotaru comes out, and let's not forget we already have the Hakuchu Drag, that's going to be 3 motorcycles at least, which is going to beat the Batty. And we're not even counting the Sanctus or any other motorcycles like that. We're just counting these 3. So just putting it out there, if you guys are still a lover of the Batty, which is a really cheap motorcycle, mind you, then you're probably going to have to upgrade when these Vortex and when the Shotaru does come out, because the likelihood is the majority of you guys are going to get the Vortex, and as you guys can see, this is the Shotaru. Previously we were showing the Hakuchu Drag, and next up we're going to show the Vortex, all racing against the Batty, and each and every vehicle absolutely bottles the Batty. So unfortunately the Batty looks like it's going to go out of commission. It's still going to be a great motorcycle. I can tell loads of you guys are still going to keep it. Maybe some of you guys are going to win a few races with it, but it's going to be a huge struggle to start getting any sort of success in a race with the Batty if you guys aren't an expert racer, or if you don't really know how to race properly in GTA 5. So it looks like this bike is going to be kind of decommissioned in the game. So what does this mean for you guys? Well, if you want to splash out on loads of money, then the Shotaru is hands down, from what I can see, gonna be the best motorcycle around the racetrack. At $2.3 million, you guys are gonna love it. It is everything you guys will want in a motorcycle, and it glows in the dark. Something which you guys won't like though is that there's actually 8 outfits which come with it. Each outfit is worth $200,000. So if you guys want to get this bike and want to get the complete outfit, you're gonna be spending over $2.5 million on this motorcycle, and then customizations alone is going to bring that up to about $3 million. Once again, hands down, amazing motorcycle, and I can tell it's definitely going to be the best one on the racetrack as compared to the Hakuchu Drag, which is $995,000 or so. This motorcycle is really fast, but the handling isn't as good as I wanted it to be. So in my opinion, I think it's going to be a tiny bit more of a struggle going around racetracks and going around bends with that, and then the Vortex just seems to feel like an upgraded Batty. But now let's go into the Sanctus, the motorcycle I am racing right now. This is the second most expensive motorcycle which is yet to come out in the next few days and weeks, and the Sanctus, believe it or not, is worth $1,995,000. This is something which I spoke about in my previous video in which I was discussing the price lists, but the Sanctus, something which really surprised me is that when compared to the Shotaru, which is the Tron bike coming out in just a few weeks, the Sanctus really can't keep up. And the Tron bike, like I said, it's not the fastest one in the game when it comes to top speed. It just has the best performance from what I've seen so far. But when we compare it to the Sanctus is still quite far behind it. And although it still has alright handling, I guess, it feels like a bike which is heavy to the ground, something which you guys will have a lot of control over. When we do this against the Batty, I don't really see too many differences. They pretty much finish at the exact same time. It's pretty much identical to both motorcycles. And considering the Sanctus is worth $1.995 million, that's a lot of money for something which is extremely similar to an $11,000 motorcycle. And to be honest, I don't think it's going to be too tough to beat the Sanctus whilst you guys are on the Batty, so in my opinion, I would recommend you guys don't buy this motorcycle. I honestly think when it does come out, Rockstar Games are going to try and sell it based on the customizations and the fact it's going to be exclusive around Halloween. I would be extremely surprised if Rockstar Games kept this bike in permanently. I think what they're going to do is simply drop it down and say you have a week to buy it, and if you don't get it, you can't get it again. That is exactly what I think Rockstar Games are going to do, and just after doing this small speed test, I think it's just going to be a huge ripoff, and I don't think you guys should get it. So what I was trying to get across in this video is that you guys need to save your money, especially if you really enjoy motorcycle races, or if you just enjoy motorcycles in general, because in the next few weeks, we're gonna see some huge competitors in the motorcycle market in GTA Online, and some of them are gonna cost a completely extortionate amount of money. The Vortex, which is the more moderate one, is certainly gonna be an extremely popular motorcycle, and then the Shotaru is just gonna be insane when it comes out, coming in at almost $3 million with the complete set of customizations and outfits. This vehicle is going to knock out so many competitors in motorcycle races. So just prepare yourself, guys, because when it does come out, you're going to need a lot of money to buy it if you want to get it, as well as the Sanctus as well, which is a bike I don't recommend you guys get, but even so, the Vortex is still going to cost you a few $100,000. So I thought I may as well just give you guys a heads up so you have some time to actually make some money for these motorcycles, and I highly recommend you guys lay off buying anything in GTA Online unless you really, really need it, maybe to make profit or anything else like that. But aside from that, guys, that is all I got time for today. If you did enjoy today's video, please don't leave without smashing that like button. Feel free to subscribe to my channel as well, so you guys won't miss out on any more GTA 5 content every single day. Let me know your thoughts, questions, and queries in the comments. But until next time, thank you for watching.